Kia ora koutou. Ko Angela Caves tōku ingoa. No mai, haere mai. Welcome to the Bay of Plenty Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name is Angela Caves and I'm the Partnership and Events Lead with Digital Boost. It is my pleasure to be hosting you this afternoon on our third and final day of the conference. Welcome to our audience who have joined us here in the webinar, and a warm welcome to anybody joining via a live stream on either Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube this afternoon. We are showcasing the breadth of support that is available to the business community of the Bay of Plenty region throughout this conference. On the webinar with me this afternoon, I have got Tina from our collaborating partner organisation Connected. Tina is an employment liaison advisor based in the Mount. I'm going to hand over to Tina, who is going to take us through some webinar housekeeping, and then we'll introduce our guest presenters for this session. Thanks, Tina.
Good afternoon, or ko Tina Gerard taku ingoa. For those joining us in the webinar, you can see and hear us, but we can't see nor hear you. So please feel free to add any questions or comments into the chat, or by using the Q&A function available. We'll address any questions towards the end of the presentation. Our sessions are being recorded and will be uploaded to a YouTube playlist on the Digital Boost channel for post-event viewing. All registered attendees will be provided a link on this via email. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you all from MSD, Jackson Cameron and Sarah Ellis. Over to you guys.
Kia ora, Tina. Thank you, and kia ora, Angela.
Thank you very much. Hey, are we gonna pop that?
Yeah, I'll pop it up now.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
You're all good. Okay, can everyone see that?
Yeah, that looks good from this end.
Kia ora, team.
Thank you.
My name's Jackson Cameron. Welcome to MSD's portion of the Digital Boost Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. So I'd like to kick off and just briefly talk about our purpose. So MSD's purpose is to support New Zealanders to be safe, strong and independent. And I believe the best way that we can do that is by supporting Kiwis into employment. So I'll just quickly go through. So yes, I'm Jackson Cameron. I'm the Regional Labour Market Advisor for the Eastern Bay of Plenty. We also have Annie Robinson, who unfortunately couldn't make it on this call, but on this conference, but she's the Regional Labour Market Advisor for Central Bay of Plenty. And then we've also got Sarah Ellis, who's the Regional Labour Market Advisor for the Western Bay of Plenty. So our recruitment services, this is one of our greatest services. So we can offer a range of employment products and services to help businesses, including to help recruit staff, financial support to take on new staff, training opportunities to help new staff gain the necessary skills, genuine partnerships to support business and industry. We can dedicate a work broker to work alongside, list vacancies and search for suitable candidates. We can list vacancies on our website, screen candidates to prerequisites that the employer sets, send through the details of those that are interested, and if needed, we can also send through a completed application form as well. So we can look at arranging times for employers to come in and interview the candidates, and we might also be able to, on case by case, provide a space for employers to hold interviews as well. There's no fee involved. It's for the recruitment service, and we'll work with you to understand your needs, connect you with the people that we might think will be a good fit for your business. So if you have a recruitment need, come to Work and Income, because we can connect employers with New Zealanders, with New Zealand's largest pool of job seekers. So I'm just going to put on a video, quick video about Tama. So Tama's a job seeker who was a job seeker with MSD, and he's supported into employment through our recruitment services, but also through our flexi wage program as well. Sorry for the delay. We should have
Oh.
that up.
Sorry, team. I'll just stop sharing and get it from another screen.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
No problem.
Sarah, quick, when you do reshare your screen, there is some options when you press the share screen button on the end to optimize for a video clip and share the sound as well. So we might want to just quickly tick those before you share the screen as well.
Sure. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, and it looks like while Sarah's sorting that out, I'll just let everybody know that Arnie has managed to join us. That's wonderful. Welcome, Arnie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Kia ora, I'm Tama Vidwa. I was born and raised in Rotorua. I'm a Ngāti Ranginui, so originally from Te Puna, Tauranga area. So pretty much my whole life I always thought I was going to be a rugby player, really, as you do when you're growing up. You know, you see your idols, you're like, I'm going to be like Richie McCaw. And next minute life hits you like that, and then you're stuck in a situation, you don't know where to go. And I started focusing more on what I wanted for myself in the future and how I was going to build. So my uncle took me in. It gave me an opportunity to go over to Australia and work over there. I was feeling crazily homesick, and I ended up coming home and I had no job, so I had nothing to do, nothing to look forward to. I was real demotivated at the time, so I jumped on the Benny to support my mum and myself. A couple of weeks later I got a call from MSD. They were just talking about a new program that they wanted to introduce where they take in people, they pay for their apprenticeships, their tools, everything that they need, and it just gives them a little introduction into the industry, and whichever industry it might be. For me personally it was roofing. We all got our forklift licenses out of it, so it was cool. That's when I first met Nathan Shaw, my boss. Like, I could tell he was a real man, like he really did want to help. While I was at the course, I met Reno. From the first time we met, we both knew we wanted to change our lives for the better, and I think that's why me and him are still kicking, because we've had that back and forth, inspiring each other, motivating each other to get up. People I was hanging out with weren't doing any good for me, really. As soon as I got into the industry, I realised the crowds that I needed to be around in order to build myself and what I wanted in life. I'm on the tools 24/7. I'm laying roofs, flashings, doing spouting, top of the roof, outside the fascia. We do it all, really. I was never a talkative guy. I was always shy, reserved. Nowadays I love getting out there and conversating with whoever, you know, about whatever. I love it. I love it. I wake up every day and, you know, I don't think, oh, I've got work today, you know. I wake up and I got work today, sweet, you know. Get changed, get in the car and get there. Ecstatic, you know, nothing better. I've got nothing but the most thanks to give to MSD for everything that they've done. I won't lie to you. But yeah, without them I wouldn't be here today. Choose your crowds properly is the main thing for me, because that's what enabled me to excel in whatever I wanted to do, is because I had the right people around me, the right support groups, like my old lady, for example, my mum. If I had met myself now, 2 years ago, I would have been buzzing out. I don't like, who is this guy, you know? This isn't me, you know, he's doing too well.
Thanks for sharing that, Sarah. So so that was a quick video about Tama. So if you guys are looking to find someone we get like Tama, we get in touch and we'll be able to list your vacancy and see what we can do in that space. So now I'm going to hand it over to Ani to talk about FlexiWage.
Kia ora, everyone. The next 3 slides that I'm presenting is a brief overview, and we encourage you to make contact with us to get more detail. So I'm getting like echo back, is that normal?
I'm hearing the feedback.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I wonder if we can try to back everyone else on.
Okay, I'll carry on. That sounds better. A little bit. It's still echo, but everyone, I'll carry on. Our FlexiWage product provides a wage subsidy and extra assistance to support employers to take on people who do not meet the entry-level requirements of the job. This helps people get the employment skills and experience they need to get into and stay in unsubsidized employment. The subsidy will generally be $6,624 paid out over 24 weeks, or $9,936 paid out over 36 weeks. If an employer requires training costs for the new employee, this may be paid on top of the wage contribution. Your new employee can also to a 12 months of an in-work support coaching service. This is provided by MSD and supports new employees transitioning into work. Does that sound okay? Because I can't hear the echoing anymore. Great. Okay. We're on the next screen. Mana mahi, please. Okay, mana mahi, this product is offered if the employer is supporting the new employee with an apprenticeship or formal industry qualification. It supports them into long-term sustainable employment while gaining an apprenticeship or formal industry qualification. Mana mahi offers a wage subsidy for employers for 1 year to offset the costs of employing and supporting an untrained worker, as long as the participant is in an industry recognised training pathway. Dependent on the employee's training pathway, the business may receive $16,000 plus just paid out over 52 weeks for the wage subsidy, up to $8,000 plus just towards training course fees where it is not covered by fees free or the new targeted training and apprenticeship fund, up to $2,000 for the GST plus GST for pre-employment job training. The employee will have access to the incentive payments while in training of up to $3,000 over 1 year, as well as $2,000 over the year towards additional education support. The employee will be supported with these payments through our MSD and work support team that the employee must opt into. And the last slide is apprenticeship boost. You can get this if your apprentice is enrolled and engaged in a New Zealand apprenticeship or managed apprenticeship. Your apprentice must also be less than 24 months into the apprenticeship, be employed by you, and have an active enrolment that has not been withdrawn or put on hold. You may receive $575 a month per apprentice. I'll pass it over to Sarah.
Thanks, Arnie. And so for our next product, it's Skills for Industry. So this supports employers to hire several staff and help them gain skills specific to their roles. So employers are supported to deliver training programs designed to address skill and labour shortages. So these can be delivered either in-house or by a provider. The programs are typically short to medium term and tailored to job specific requirements for particular vacancies. So for example, this could be for retail or hospitality where certain skills are required. So in short, these are to be short courses, cost effective, and again address skill and labour shortages. We provide assistance with in-work support as well. The next is industry partnerships. So these again are designed to hire employees with the right skills when you need them. So we partner with large businesses to minimise skill and labour shortages and maximise job and career opportunities. So we work closely with large businesses and industry associations to help fill vacancies and provide them with a customised recruitment service specific to them. So industry partnerships are designed to hire employees with the right skills and when business needs them. So, you know, at times of the year where there is, you know, an increased need for labour. So the purpose of this is to minimise skill and labour shortages and maximise job and career opportunities. Some examples of current partnerships in the building and construction industry, where MSD partners with Fletcher Building and Downer. In the bus and coach driving, we're partnering with Ritchie's Transport. So these are at a national level. Another support that we can offer is activity in the community. So activity in the community are projects that help people gain voluntary unpaid work experience with a community or voluntary organisation. So these are examples of someone that might offer an activity in the community, churches, charitable trusts. And the aim is to help people, including sole parents, people with a health condition, and disabled people who may want to develop more skills, increase their confidence, and participate in their community. Regarding eligibility for having an activity in the community, community project rather, it should benefit the community or the environment, and assist people by developing or maintaining their self-esteem, confidence, and motivation. So who would be the participants that would be recruited for these projects? They would be receiving a main benefit, and participants that do go into an activity in the community may receive a non-taxable participation allowance of $21 a week to cover their participation related expenses. And there is reimbursement as well for actual and reasonable costs. Another employment support product that we have is the Māori Trades and Training Fund, which is designed to encourage Māori organisations to try different approaches to engaging and keeping Māori in employment-focused training opportunities. So MTTF funds kaupapa Māori projects so they can offer employment-based training alongside support services such as pastoral care. Projects are Māori-led and offer benefits that are specific and relevant to Māori. Projects will help develop skills that are in demand in the job market and to enter and progress into sustainable employment. So these applications are approved alongside Te Puna Kōkiri. So MSD and TPK work together on these. Jackson.
Hey, so now I'm going to talk about transition to work grants. So this is specifically for our MSD clients or employees that businesses will be taking on that are MSD clients. So we might be able to help job seekers with reasonable costs, things such as clothing and transport for a job interview, interpreter fees, tools or clothing for work if they otherwise couldn't start the job without them, living expenses. So this would be an example would be if someone starts a new job, they might not get paid for a month or so. So we'll be able to bridge that gap between their last benefit payment and their first pay for things like board, rent, food, power, things like that. We can also help with tattoo removal under transition to work and childcare when attending a job interview or when first starting work. So candidates may be able to receive up to around $1,500 on case by case during a 52-week period to help with their transition into their work. So another product that we have available for MSD clients moving into the workforce is course participation assistance. So courses will generally be for 12 weeks or less, and they'll need to meet the following criteria. So they'll need to be supplied by a provider who's a contract with Work and Income, be approved by Work and Income, be matched to a specific vacancy that we hold, or specifically recognised alongside a Skills for Industry initiative. As an example, so if one of our case managers working with a MSD client that wants work as a forklift driver, we might be able to assist them to get their F endorsement. So once we've assisted them to get that F endorsement, we can now put them forward to one of our great employers that are looking for a forklift driver. So that's an example on how that can work.
Okay, the New Zealand Seasonal Work Scheme. This helps all New Zealanders with costs like travel, clothing, or temporarily moving home when you're starting seasonal horticulture or viticulture work. This scheme supports with daily transport to work, temporary accommodation costs for up to 26 weeks if you had to move to be closer to work and still have your normal accommodation costs at the place you usually live. We here in the Bay of Plenty have partnered with Pack House and Orchard employers to support our people to work when transport is an issue. We use the transport costs to reimburse our clients the costs the employers charge to go on their transport to work. Before you start a seasonal job, we encourage you to talk to us to see if you are eligible, as you don't have to be on a benefit to qualify for this scheme. And the next seasonal assistance we have for our clients is the seasonal work assistance. This product only applies to people who have cancelled benefit into seasonal work and has been off benefit for less than 26 weeks and have lost income due to the wet weather. So at the moment, we're seeing a lot of this application coming through Cyclone Gabrielle in the Eastern Bay of Plenty because they aren't able to go to work because of that weather. It has made them lose income. So MSD requires the employer to fill out a form to verify that client's income or loss of hours in the week applying for. This form can be found through the Work and Income website. Then the client will need to bring the form into their nearest MSD office to apply for the assistance. Over to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Anu. So redeployment support service. So this encourages a proactive approach on how MSD can be involved earlier with people at risk of job displacement. So we support people who are at risk of job displacement prior to going on to a main benefit. The service provides an opportunity to support people by helping them to either retain their employment, transition to suitable and appropriate employment, and also providing access to upskilling opportunities with the use of MSD products, which have been discussed through this presentation. The service also aims to help employers and businesses who may need more workers or who are struggling and thinking of closing, downsizing, or reducing people's hours. So if this is something that you're experiencing, if you're in need to hire staff or you're concerned you may need to downsize, talk to us and we'll see how we can support you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for listening in to hear about some of our great products and services we may offer. Would like to open it up now for questions. So if you have any questions, could you please type them into the chat function and then we'll be able to start answering those for you.
Thanks so much for that, Jackson. I think we've got a question that's popped up already. So how do I access the FlexiWage program?
So there are a few ways to access our FlexiWage program. One way is to go through our website and you will have the FlexiWage, the FlexiWage address listed there. Or alternatively, if you want to connect straight with one of our work brokers, you can email bop_jobs@msd.govt.nz. Or you can ring our employer line, which is listed on our Work and Income website, and they'll be able to put you in touch with one of our work brokers who will be able to then get in contact, assess your need, and move on from there.
Awesome. Okay, on to our next question. Can you offer subsidies to employers who are taking people on part-time?
Yes, so if the employee is a MSD client with part-time work obligations, so for those of you that don't know, each benefit has its own work obligations, and for example, our sole parent support that has part-time work obligations. So in that instance, subsidies can be paid out at a pro rata rate and on a case-by-case basis.
Thanks for that, Jackson. So is somebody able to explain what does disadvantaged in the labour market mean?
So I can explain that one. So disadvantaged in the labour market, it's all case by case, but really it means the job seeker or the person, the MSD client, has or is expected to have difficulty getting or retaining unsubsidized employment. So that could be something like a job seeker who has a significant barrier to employment, like low education or skills, limited experience. They're in a job with low job security, like it might be casual or fixed term. They're in a job where they're at risk of redundancy. That they might be full-time, they might be in part-time work, but they really need to get into full-time work, but can't see how to go about it. They might be in a job or recently lost a job, and their industry or region might be affected by economic downturn. So a great example of that is COVID-19 which we've seen over the last couple of years.
Awesome, thank you for that. Just one last question. How long would support continue for once somebody was placed in with an employer?
So in regards to flexi wage?
Or employment in general, yeah, with flexi wage as well.
So specifically with flexi wage, we have band 1, which is 24 weeks in duration, and then we've got band 2, which is 36 weeks in duration. That's the subsidy duration. But what we like to do here at MSD, where we can and where the client is or employee is interested, is we do try to do that in-work support too. So we'll check up and see how they're going, make sure they're going all right, and if we can assist in any way, we'll always try our hardest to do that as well.
Awesome, thank you for that, Jackson. I don't think there's any other questions that have come through at the moment.
No, I think that's all that I can see as well, Tina.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I just would like to thank the team from MSD, Jackson, Arnie, and Sarah for joining us this afternoon to showcase the products and services that are available to not only the businesses of the Bay of Plenty, but also the individuals there. So some fantastic work that you guys are doing, matching up those job seekers with those employers there. Thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate that. If we do have any employers who are wanting to get connected to the MSD team to see what they can do, what they might be able to support with as well, our connected team will be able to help facilitate introductions. I've got the details on screen of all the connected locations across the Bay there for you. So please feel free to reach out to our collaborating partners who will help you start those conversations with MSD. Digital Boost is here to help employers and businesses start the digital transformation journey. We're going to be taking a more in-depth look at Digital Boost and its platform later on this afternoon in our final session at 3:15. However, that does bring this session to a close. We will be joined by Inland Revenue next at 2:30. So if you'd like to hear about how IR is supporting the business community, please join us for that session. Other than that, we will wrap this one up. Thanks again to the MSD team and to my collaborating partners here at Connected. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Thank you.
Ka kite.
Thank you. Ka kite.
Thanks.